Welcome to another exciting episode of the Scouting for Growth podcast. I'm your host, Sabine VdL, and today we are diving into the cutting-edge world of Agentic AI, a rapidly emerging field that is revolutionizing the way businesses operate, innovate, and deliver value. Let's start with some fascinating statistics. According to recent research, the global AI agent market is projected to hit over $22 billion by 2030, with corporate adoption of AI agents growing at an annual rate of 34%. Why? Because these intelligent systems are enabling businesses to automate complex workflows, improve customer engagement, and unlock entirely new opportunities for growth. In fact, over 60% of organizations believe that AI agents will become a core part of their business strategy within the next 5 years. To help us unpack the transformative potential of Agentic AI, I'm thrilled to welcome two incredible guests to the podcast. Ivan Pylypchuk, the CEO of Softblues, and Olha Pylypchuk, the company's COO. Ivan is a seasoned AI solution architect with over 15 years of experience in designing and implementing multi-agent AI systems. He leads Softblues in transforming complex business challenges into intelligent solutions, creating tailored AI architectures across industries such as real estate, finance, e-commerce, and even knowledge management. Joining him is Olha, co-founder and COO of Softblues, with 14 years of experience in the tech industry. Olha is a powerhouse in scaling tech ventures, having grown and sold primers before co-founding Softblues. She has built and managed high-performing teams, recruiting over 500 skilled professionals, and spearheaded AI-driven businesses and automation initiatives. Olha combines her expertise in operational strategy and occupational psychology to drive innovation and foster sustainable growth. So, in today's discussion, we will explore what Agentic AI is and why it is posed to disrupt the traditional business processes of today. Then, Ivan and Olha are going to help us understand how we leverage multi-agent systems to solve domain-specific challenges and then deliver business transformation. Then we will go into the future of AI agent and their role in shaping the workplace of tomorrow. So whether you are a business leader, a tech enthusiast, or simply curious about how AI can transform industries, you are in for a treat. Let's dive in and welcome Ivan and Olha to the Scouting for Growth podcast. Hi, Olga. Hi, Ivan. Lovely to see you today on the Scouting for Growth podcast. How are you doing?
Well, we're doing really great. Thanks for inviting us, Sabine.
Lovely. So, a bit of context. Olga, Ivan, tell us a little bit more about who you are, starting with you, Olga, and what got you to design your company, right? Softblues.
Okay, so my name is Olga, and I'm a co-founder of Softblues, an AI and software development agency. Well, what got us here, actually, it was a very long journey, started in 2009, I suppose, Ivan, right? And we actually started as e-commerce startups, and we created the first e-commerce CMS, I think, in Western Ukraine. And the whole journey in tech started from that point. Then we managed to develop it like really hugely, and it was one of the most popular products all over Eastern Europe. And then eventually we evolved it to what we called primers. And Ivan, can you probably tell now more about primers, because that's when the big game began?
Yeah, so it was our second project, which was pretty successful. So we gained more than 100,000 active users and 10,000 subscribers, and then sold this business to UK Venture 3 years ago. And pretty at the same time, we started our software consulting agency. And firstly, we worked mostly with web mobile SaaS solutions, so help other founders to build their applications using our experience. But 2 years ago, we decided to go all in into AI solutions, and over that time, we built our R&D team. We started building our own products. We worked with more than probably 50 different AI solutions across our consultancy. And right now, our main strategy and our main vision for our company to go with AI product solutions and scale in that way.
Yeah. So even I think I've learned when we caught up that you have been working on multi-agent AI systems and agentic architecture. So can you explain what AI agents are and how you make sure that they actually build in the right way?
Yeah, so right now, AI agents is something that like many people talk about, and there are many different definitions. So my own R is that if we talk about traditional AI systems, they can handle one single specific task. So for example, in image recognition, data classification, some content generation. AI agents is some more autonomous and capable of complex decision making across multiple steps. Good examples are modern AI coding agents or deep research from OpenAI. But our approach is focused more on controlled multi-agent systems rather than fully autonomously. So we build many different agents, and we train every of these agents and provide instructions how they will cooperate with each other. So it gives us more control over the whole system. So for example, let's take one of our products, AI real estate recommendation systems. So it contains 6 different agents. One of them, context agents, understands what the users really needs. Another search agent who finds relevant properties and informations. Another analysis agent which can analyze these results. Then we have adaptation agents, comparison agent, and finally response agent, which communicates all the findings. And what it gives us, it's give us scalability across different domains. It gives us explainability, so we can understand what they do, and not just rely on these autonomous agentics. And then we can provide the information, the exact information they need for all of these agents and connect them together. So, like in few words, it's how it works.
Yeah, no, thank you. So what I hear is you have built your own agents, right? And you're implementing them internally, but you also are deploying them with customers. Do you tend to favor bigger customer versus smaller customers? Who is your sweet spot? Who are today implementing those multi-agents?
So, right now, we are working on a few of our own products. So, for example, we work on AI recruiting agent who help us to understand better candidates who pass through our company. Also, we work on our document management system who can connect to different data sources and explain different and provide different answers. From other side, what I see right now, when we started, we worked mostly with different AI assistants, voice agents, and different support systems. But right now, we are trying to go deeper and implement these agents inside companies' business. So, for example, recommendation engines, intelligence search assistants, different document-based managers, things like that.
Yeah, no, fascinating. Olga, you are the CEO, right, of the company. And so you are taking a lot of your knowledge leading operation and driving AI business, automation, across your long-term expertise, but now implementing that at Softblues. From your perspective, what are some of the key challenges businesses face today when trying to adopt AI agents? I'm listening to Ivan, and I was going to ask Ivan again, what about the data, right? Because you need the data, but what is your view of the main problems businesses face today when implementing and adopting AI?
So what's good about today's AI? So when we have all these LLMs, we don't need data to train them. So if we can just insert our data properly into vector databases and connect all these systems together and train these agents, so we can get value just from this point. We don't need to train our own models for many cases. For some specific cases, if we need to train it to be your own value, of course, we need lots of data information which we can use for these trainings. So it depends on a task we need to solve. So for some of them, we need lots of data, but some of them we can solve just right with a small amount of it.
Okay. And so, Olga, operationally, what does it mean?
Well, operationally, it actually means a lot now. But the first challenge I would say that company face is actually collecting this data and putting it together. Something that Ivan mentioned, because very often companies have their valuable data spread across different systems or departments, like their customer databases or email records or maybe some business software. And what is more, they don't talk to each other. So to have this, like really effective AI implementation, you have to make sure that all this data is collected together very neat and that this data is accurate. The second actually challenge that a lot of companies face is that surprisingly, they don't know how their people work. This sounds very funny, but when you start working and observing their processes, sometimes they do miss very important details of their daily operations. And this actually creates a lot of wasted investment, because we spend a lot of time then correcting the mistakes afterwards. So that's why now we invest a lot of time into working with the companies and talking to businesses about how actually you guys move from point A to point B. So this is very important. So understanding the workflows and then just enhance them with the help of AI, but not just, to disrupt them with the help of AI. And the second and the third, actually, a challenge that people often face when implementing AI in their companies is how their team members embrace the new technology. So, even the perfect solution fail if teams don't use it. So that's why very often it's not the technology challenge, it's people challenge. And we create simple interfaces and make sure that our systems explain their recommendations in plain language. So that's why I see that this approach improves dramatically, like understanding of how AI works, and it actually builds more trust, when people see those really clear explanations provided by AI. For example, when we analyze data or when we work with some copilots. And of course, we work a lot as a team to teach businesses with some sort of video guidelines, or very often we conduct onboarding sessions so that everything is clear and that people are not afraid to use AI. And in a nutshell, it's really important to start very small, on a little piece of the project that can show really quick result. And usually we start this with one pilot team from the client side. And its goal should be also very clear. And, starting with this little goal, with this little team, we make sure the processes work, we get this proof of concept, and afterwards we expand and scale the solution.
Yes, Olga, I'm going to stay a little bit more with you because I know you work in real estate, in finance, like me, and you mentioned e-commerce earlier. So, can you share with us maybe a much more detailed example of a small project with one team to achieve an amazing outcome?
Oh, yeah, well, actually, I can share the project with you that we've developed to a small software company, actually, and it was the recruitment platform powered by AI. And this platform actually helped them to conduct their recruitment and hiring process more effectively. Because now, with this economic crisis, as you know, there's lots of engineers on the market all over the world, and they send their CVs, and very often the recruitment departments feel very overwhelmed. So, what we created for them, we deployed a network of specialized agents, AI agents, working together. And for example, one AI agent analyzed job requirement, another parsed the CVs and actually analyzed them according to the technical assessment and other requirements. And we also created some agents even which handled communication with the candidates. So for example, the candidates who scored really low, according to our AI algorithm, they received like the automatic rejection. And, you know, this was also good because the candidates received feedback. You know, when companies are overwhelmed with the CVs, not often everyone gives feedbacks, and that's a very common problem. And unfortunately, it still exists now. So with the help of AI, we managed to automate this recruitment process, I mean, like the CV selection, helping companies deal with number of CVs and candidates who applied. And actually, if we speak about some business outcome, this helped to reduce time to hire like 60%, and actually 40% it provided increase in quality of hires. Because, you know, very often when you have lots of resumes, you sometimes even not able to process them properly. So with our system, we did really good job. And now our client has really nice candidates, and they are able to build qualified and vetted team relatively fast.
That's super. Ivan, coming to you. So we heard about recruitment. Are there other areas you know that those multi-agents can actually drive efficiency and drive growth as well?
Yeah, the good example is like right now we work on finance analysis AI. So we started this project with our partner from Switzerland, who is a fractional CFO, and he has many clients, and within medium businesses, medium large businesses, which usually struggle with quarterly, yearly performance analysis.
Yeah.
So usually it takes lots of time, weeks, to just prepare these reports, and that time they can spend more on strategic advising, more than just on data preparation. So what we built, we create this solution which can connect to ERP system, and then get the data from ERP system in some standardized view in a Postgres database. Then we have several AI agents who connected together, and while user try to get some report on profits or margins or compare different product lines or stuff like that, it can, based on this simple request, create a proper query to a database, get this data, then provide the analysis they need, create necessary charts and graphs based on that, and prepare a proper report on different formats. For example, on simple sheets, which includes all the dynamic data, which can then be used for further analysis.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating. So, imagine work with a lot of startups. scale-ups, and a lot of them are on Google servers, for instance, using Google Workspace and so on and so forth. Others are on AWS, and more significant and bigger organization may be using IBM or SAP. So, Ivan, when you look at large language models, right? We have vector databases, multi-agent orchestration. How do those different parts fit together? Can you tell us how to create a seamless and effective AI agent system?
Yeah, sure. So right now we have some biggest players, providers of LLM systems, which are right now brain of all the generative AI agentic systems or any other generative AI systems. So we have models from Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, right now the main competitors. And if we talk about open source, which usually companies across Europe would like to use because they can host them locally, we can talk about Llama, or right now we have DeepSeek, which is something hot in the market, but not properly tested yet. It's my own opinion. So it's the main part. Then we have vector databases and regular ones. Vector databases, they can contain unstructured data within them. And these systems, what's the difference between regular databases? So they understand concepts and relationships between data. So if you ask for some, for example, pump failures. So if with regular database, you just will see the results which contains this term. But with vector database, they find information about equipment breakdowns, for example, because it understands the relationships between all the concepts. And then we have different other layers of information. It's APIs, interfaces, regular databases. And the main part of our systems is AI agents who are connected to all these parts. Vector databases, they have LLMs in brain and connect to APIs and other systems, and together provide the result. So it's like if we talk about traditional software, so it's like backend and front-end systems where we can code all the connections and to get the results.
Ivan, does it mean, I work with traditional industry and I know you've worked in finance. Does all this mean that, the way we used to do processes in the old time, the traditional way we do insurance, the traditional way we do banking, do you think with multi-agents and agentic AI, that the process we have known, the way we've built them, is going to change drastically? Do you feel, based on your work, that we have to build processes and workflows in different ways?
Yeah, right now we have better interfaces where we can talk with the systems with plain language. I think it's a huge step forward right now. Also, instead of traditional interfaces where we have all these buttons, and filters, you can ask questions, different questions, and you can, get this information based on that. Also, the good way is that you can have autonomous system who can notify you about changes within your business, who can make this day-to-day operations much more quicker, faster than before. As example, this AI analysis system. So instead of weeks, you can just in minutes generate reports you need, and you can modify them, and do things similar things. So yeah, I see a huge potential within traditional markets where we can where these systems more are a bridge between the people and traditional databases. So it helps you to prepare better queries for databases, to prepare better to analyze results, transform that into a way you can understand better, and it gives you more time for strategic work, to more to doing other things which can give more value to our business than just managing this data.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Olga, you have successfully scaled a business, Primers, and this has been acquired. I heard from Ivan, right? You had 100,000 users earlier, so congratulations. What are the lessons learned that you have applied at, Softblues, which, you acquired from building that business, which are so valuable for you today to build an AI solution company?
Well, that's a good one, Sabine. Thank you. Well, first, Primers was our second child, I would say, and we did lots of work to, get it to the results of 2,100 paid subscriptions per year. So maybe looking back at this experience, I would say that first, like product market fit is very important. At Primers, we succeeded because we addressed specific e-commerce pain points rather than chase the general market trends.
Mm.
So now we are maintaining this focus by, again, like developing very domain-specific AI solutions, say for real estate, finance, recruitment. And these solutions solve, again, like some concrete business challenges rather than offer very general, AI capabilities. Secondly, I would say that it's really important to observe your client's success and why they grow. At Primers, our growth accelerated when we shifted resources towards ensuring customers' goals, like better SEO results or better conversion on different products, which we achieved with certain modules like Bought Together or other recommendation modules. And in e-commerce, this result can be traced really well, and it's quite straightforward. So, yeah, you should probably deal with customer figures as well and make sure like what drives their growth and profits. And the third, I would say that team is very important, and because at the time we had a very strong development team. We had a very strong marketing team and a customer support team, which actually supported our products and were always in contact with the client and provided this necessary help and support. And this is something that we are pursuing here at Softblues again on our new AI journey. So mostly, yeah, these are three things: market fit. The second lesson is just follow customers' growth and just enhance the things that contribute to this growth. And the third is, of course, your professional team, which is highly expert in the domain that you're dealing with.
Superb. Which takes me to Ivan, as the CEO of your company, Ivan. So we heard from Olga, from the the tripod, the triad of success to actually scale Softblues to the next level. How do you stay always ahead of the curve? You're dealing with AI and it's just coming at us every single day, right? It feels overwhelming. How do you ensure you stay competitive and ahead of your, of others out there?
Yeah, you're right. So it's really early technology. So if we talk about generative AI, so it appears before ChatGPT, but everybody knows it after ChatGPT appears, and probably it was the start of all the generative AI and which we call just AI right now story. So when we started, so the first one, it was to build our R&D team inside because there are too many technologies, too many LLMs, approaches, frameworks, different solutions, other models. So we need to test them and understand before we will use it with our internal products or recommend to any client. But it's not only one because just learning about it, it's not to using it. So the second one is we started building our own products. So it was the first idea. So we have many different operations inside our company which we can optimize. So, and where we can test them on a real specific problems within our company. Some of them right now we are scaling to more bigger products and trying to find product market fit within industries. Some of them we are using in our day-to-day operations. And third is, of course, it's we learn from every our client project. So each implementation teaches us something new that shapes our future development. So this ensures we are solving real problems that businesses actually have, not just chasing some interesting theories. So I think these three approaches within our company gives us opportunity to I can say stay ahead of the main curve of AI development.
Yeah. So how you guys are balancing your role? You are CEO, Ivan. You are COO, Olga, starting with you, Ivan. How are you balancing your role? How do you drive that seamless leadership and make sure you are aligned with strategy and decision making?
Yes, so my past business, so I'm tech entrepreneur all my life, so almost 20 years now, and so this my business background and also product development background, and right now for AI development and leading AI teams gives me a role of tech innovator and tech guy within our company. So, but besides it, my main responsibilities are market positioning of our new products and products for our client solutions for them, and of course solution design. So usually I take part at the first steps of any new product or any new client which we start inside our company. But if you talk about strategy or big decisions, we usually work on that together. And besides that, we also have our regular check-ins, so at least weekly meetings with each other to understand that if we are on the same, on the same page with Olha. And I think this makes us a good team working together. So and everybody has its own strengths, and at the same time we have our unified vision to build this huge and scalable AI company together.
Yeah, congratulations. Olga, you have children as well, right? So tell me how it is.
Well, somehow I feel very organic in the role of COO,
Yeah.
because I do the same here, like every day at home. So I manage people, I manage operations, and I create certain systems or routines. So that is why I enjoy doing that. I think that this is where my natural strengths is. Communication, making sure that goals are achieved and the right people are playing the right roles in the right time, in the right places. And that's actually what energizes me personally and gives lots of energy. Yes, and speaking about balancing and speaking about making sure that we are aligned, I think lots of things are also connected with the common values that we share. And I think that we built our business in a way that we have certain goals and we have certain values. And uh, you know, and it comes very naturally, and then you don't feel any stress, or you don't feel forced, when you make any decision, because before taking any decision, we look at the decision and understand if this is something that we would really, like to do. And so generally, yeah, it's not always easy, but I think the main thing is that we are genuinely loving what we are doing. And the thing is that we are doing something that we are best at. So that's why I think that our business partnership is quite successful.
Very nice. I mean, I love hearing this because, it's not always easy for companies actually, Olga, partly, when you do when you build your first startup to build a high performing team. And you said the critical ingredient of success is people. So when you look at your leadership style and the key attributes you look when you actually recruit AI talent, can you give us some tips as to how we can be successful at finding the right high performing team?
Well, it's not that easy these days because, the demand for AI talent is huge. And, we worked out our own strategy, how to serve this demand. And I would say, again, like, here are certain things that you should look at. We actually look at technical versatility. I mean, like the ability of the talent or your future teammate to work across the AI stack. I mean, like from data processing to model development or, application integrations.
Mhm.
Yes, AI is evolving very rapidly, and you need people who can adapt to this technology change. So the second thing I would recommend paying attention to is looking at the candidates who are not just techie people, but the candidates who understand this business acumen. So our best team members can explain concepts to non-technical stakeholders and translate business requirements into technical approaches. So the the thing that, I know this or that programming language and I'm the best engineer in the world is not applicable to these days and to this particular technology. So here, business side of thing is very important. And the third thing I would say is probably this collaborative intelligence. The ability to work effectively across different disciplines, across cross-functional teams, and make sure that just like multi-agent AI systems, people have to make sure that they mirror each other's approach and stick to common goals. And of course, beyond all these qualities and attributes, we look for people who have this intellectual curiosity and I would say fluid thinking. So, because AI is still at its very early stage of development, and those who thrive in this field usually happy, or like they are very resilient to different challenges. They are eager to learn, adapt, and they are eager, well, not eager, but they are accepting their mistakes, because there's lots of experiments here. So yeah, uh, hiring AI talent is not easy, but still, I'm sure that now there's so many different, like tech talents who actually switch, let's say, from being like, data engineer and they start to be AI engineers, or they switch from just, like some backend technologies and start doing AI. This is actually something that is also a uh, good thing because those people have really deep background in technologies, and as long as they're eager to learn, they can also be transformed to an AI expert.
Yeah, I always see that balance between business and technology. And you're right, when you start looking at the technology, having a business acumen and really understanding for me insurance and finance, how the processes work, how you're on board and so on and so forth, underwriting and claims, being able to have that business lens and then turning to artificial intelligence to automate and augment people is going to be critical. So that balance between the two, very, very important. Ivan, I want to ask you about the future of AI agents, right? What is your view? Where are we going in 5 to 10 years' time from now?
Good question. So, and at the same point, it's right now hard to predict it. All this because we have so much progress every I think 3 months with all new tools, new developments with AI systems. but still we have small progress in adopting these solutions within the businesses. So many medium and large businesses are very skeptical to many part of that. So I think it will be when they start implementing that faster, it will be the main part of a progress in the future. But in my opinion, in the next 3 years, systems will be pretty the same like right now, but we will see much more improvements on all these agentic builds. So, for example, financial AI will start understand financial market better, or customer service AI will become more helpful. But within the next 5-10 years, I think we will see more autonomous AI, so which can not only work on some patterns or on some directions, but can solve or even imagine new problems and build custom solutions on a fly. So can be implemented in company, deeper in the companies, understand company goals, culture, making smarter decisions on their own. So I think it will happen between 5 and 10 years. And yes, this will change work across all industries. So AI will handle routine analysis, decisions, freeing people to focus on strategy and creative thinking. So, in my opinion, AI it's not something that will replace people, but it's something that will help people to be more creative. So, for example, let's take just AI coding tools, which we have right now, many of them: Lovable, Bolt, Cursor, Replit, for example. So anybody right now can try to implement their own AI solution just with plain English. So and it's not like complicated bank systems, but still you can just try to build your own startup on your own without any team, and I think it's impressive. So we will see more implementations like that in the future.
Yeah, Ivan, I use console.anthropic. So, when I want to start building a much more sophisticated prompt, I will get to Anthropic and actually help, put what I want to do. It will convert it into a much more sophisticated prompt. I copy and paste it either on OpenAI, or the platform I use at the moment is u.com, because I want deep research. And then, because we do a lot of research, we do a lot of R&D, it's amazing, to get started with some basic research. We use those tools. And then, we have our team then going and using the normal research capabilities to make sure we augment what we've learned from just doing basic research. Now I need to ask you that question, Ivan, which comes to me a lot. It's that sometimes, Gen Zs or, maybe older generation are not comfortable with AI agents. So what's your view around the ethics and how we start trusting those type of systems? How do you ensure that you manage data privacy, algorithmic bias and accountability when we start using AI systems and agents?
So the first point, I think it's we need to make that system and build that can be explainable for a current like final user. So in that way, if you understand how it works, you will trust it better, of course. Also, when we give access to these systems, to your internal, external data sources, APIs, and so on, you need to be very careful and provide only such information you can provide in a security way. So usually when we create the systems or just prepare the development work, so the first thing is to understand what information we need, how it will be connected, what security measures we can implement to make it secure and scalable. And also in every our system we have like what our agentic approach give us that instead of just single prompt applications and things like that, we always build some agentic layer, which task is to check the final result. So check on different things like is it fair, accurate, honest, secure? Is it provide the necessary data? Is it a valid answer to a user question? So this helps to build this system more trustful than just to use plain LLMs and their results.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Olga, looking at the workplace, right? We are talking about automation, but really I also hear about augmentation. So how do you ensure that you balance that automation with the human element when you start building your workplace? You mentioned, you have success team, you have, your probably your sales team, you have the different teams, marketing team, you have different team taking care of your customers. How do you balance that automation with the human touch?
Well, actually, I would say that I totally agree with Ivan that there are certain tasks which should be performed by AI, something like handling data, finding patterns, maybe some predictions, or like managing big data concepts. But there is still a room for humans to do their best, like creativity, judgment, maybe some emotional understanding of things. So here, our goal is to make people feel better at their jobs, but not replace them. And the second thing I would say is it's really important to build, again, like trust between people and AI, making sure that AI explains its thinking. So this helps people understand and trust recommendations or suggested decisions. And only when people totally understand why this or that decision was made by AI, they can work in real partnership with AI agents or AI instruments. And the third thing I would say that we do work a lot around how people actually work, so we make sure that the technology fits what people do regularly during their working routines, rather than just forcing people to use AI to do different things, because in some cases they do feel really more comfortable talking to people, or like even having this like face-to-face interview. That's fine. It's really very, I think we should probably make sure that the context when we are using AI is correct. For example, if you are dealing with a customer complaint, then I think AI is unlikely to solve the situation. So we still have to stay flexible, and I do believe in AI, but as mentioned previously, I don't believe in the total replacement of human in a number of processes.
What would be your last piece of advice, Olga, when you look at it from your lens, right, as the Chief Operating Officer of Softblues? What would be one piece of advice you would give to people trying to adopt AI systems?
I think that it's very simple. You just adopt, then you reflect, and then you reiterate. Because like AI is not a silver bullet to any problem. You should implement, observe, check it with your team, your processes and goals, and then create a better workplace again with AI, or just forget about it if it doesn't suit you, So to me, it's like I think it's important just to reflect every time you do something.
Yeah, thank you. And Ivan, my last question to you is the same. One piece of advice for the business leaders who are out there and still struggling to see whether they should start using AI systems. How do you ensure successful integration of those agents within your operations and organization?
Yeah, so So one thing I want to share is that to build some simple agentic systems and to build POCs to test your ideas and to test how it can be implemented into your company isn't so complicated thing right now. So usually to build some POC it can take like 8 weeks to build, even less for some of them. So what I want to advise to just start with a small products and which can give you real value. So find the problems within organizations when you spend lots of time, where you see lots of repetitive tasks there, when you rely on some finding information in describing information or connection different solutions, and that could be a good start. And then build a small POC, test it, and then scale. So that's probably the best solution. But it's a time where you can do it in a small period of time. So I don't worry to start doing that. It's not a solution which you need to wait over years and you need a huge budget to try it.
Yeah, it's, affordability is there today, right? Skill is there as well within your team. So thank you, Olga. Thank you, Ivan, for joining me on Scouting for Growth. I hope a lot of our listeners will join you, will actually reach out to you, which takes me to where can they find you, Olga, Ivan?
Yeah, we are based in London, and they can definitely visit us, or we can even, like have an online meeting or coffee somewhere, in London or in our office or at Tech UK.
Wonderful. Well, Ivan, Olga, thank you for joining me. And Ivan, last few words?
Yeah. So thank you for inviting us. It was really good conversation. I was glad to share some expertise and knowledge across all these agents and AI solutions. So thank you, Sabine, again.
Yeah, my pleasure. I look forward to meeting you both for coffee in London. I can't wait. Thank you for joining me on Scouting for Growth.
Wonderful. Good night. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Scouting for Growth. Please subscribe, share with friends, and leave a 5-star rating. Your rating is so valuable. I review all of them, and my team help me adapt content to meet your needs. Also, connect with me on my preferred channels. I am a B2B growth expert, so you will find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Threads, and X as well as Blue Sky. All information available below. Until next, keep scouting for growth.